Hello everybody, it's Dana Sullivan, the Stampin' Chick, here with another Make It Monday. How are you today, my friends? I hope you had a fabulous weekend. Our weekend was great, and I'm happy to be back with you here again for another Make It Monday. Today's project is a relatively simple one. I love the way that it looks, and it's all thanks to the Best Plaid Builder Dies and Best Year stamp set. Now this is a bundle right now in the new 2020 annual catalog, but it's all about these dies. So let me show you. It's two pieces here, and as you can see on my card, this is the die here, and then the lines on the outside are right here. So it just layers on top of each other just like so to make a really cool plaid pattern on your card. And then the Best Year stamp set that's in the bundle with it has some beautiful sentiments. And you know that I've mentioned before, I love when sentiment stamps have the two different fonts, one that's a little more scripty and one that's a little more typeset, and I think they're just great. And there are some handwritten ones, there's some really beautiful ones, and we've got a good Father's Day and Father stamp in here, which is something we really don't have a lot of. And there's even a Christmas one, thank you, happy birthday, hip hip hooray, you did it. I mean, this is a really cool stamp set. So it's a bundle right now in the new catalog, like I mentioned, so you can get it for 10% off when you get the stamp and die bundle together. Now you're going to want to do this, of course, because I'm going to tell you now, you're going to see more and more of this die set used, and especially towards the fall and Christmas. And let's talk about other occasions too. For Valentine's Day, pink and red with a white card base. St. Patrick's Day, two shades of green and a gold. Easter, pinks and purples. Mother's Day, spring colors. Father's Day, navy and old olive. Or you know, gosh, the possibilities are just limitless. So this is going to be a fantastic one. And then of course with this beautiful stamp set that covers several of those occasions, oh my goodness, it's just one of those things that you need. Alright, so let's get started so that I can show you how easy these things are, okay? Alright, so what I'm going to need is my Smoky Slate card base, which is a 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4, which is the standard card base. And then I'm using a piece of Whisper White that measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 for the inside of the card. And then I've already pre-die cut just to save some time, but let me show you. This is a 5 1/4 by 4 inches, and it lines up just like in the middle of it, so it puts a border around the edges, and I just lined it up so that it was centered on the die itself. Okay, so it's 4 inches by 5 1/4, and that's going to give you just a little bit of border of the gray around the outside of the card, right? And then for this piece, I cut a full 5.5 by 4 1/4, which is the size of the card front, and that covers pretty much the entire die cut area, except for just a tiny little bit on the ends, and then it also covers the whole front of the card so that you're including that border area. Alright? Okay, so then to attach these together, honestly, the easiest way is to grab the silicone mat and a sponge and your liquid glue. And then we'll just, like you've seen this before, I'll put a bit on there, and then we're just going to dab it around, holding our paper in place. Just like so. Then I'm going to grab this and turn it, and I'm kind of checking that little spot right there is why I'm being careful. I just don't want to get glue on the outside of my piece. There we go. And I'll put a little bit right there, and then move this out of the way. All right. Now we'll lay it down, and this is going to be one of those great bundles where you're going to be able to put a bunch of cards together in a really short amount of time. So if you assembly lined this, you would be able to do a really nice Christmas plaid that you'd be able to get done just really quick. Okay, now you could also do the sponge technique on this, but because the strips are just a little bit wider, I'm just going to run some glue around it. So I'm just going to take my glue and with a really light hand run a bead of glue along each of the strips, and it doesn't matter that it doesn't touch every single speck of strip there. As long as I've got it really good on the ends, we're good. So it can do a 1-2 skip a few thing there, that's fine. There we go. Just a little more right there. And then this one. And there we go. Okay, and then I want to lay this one lined up with the edges of the card. And with the edges of the card here. There we go. Just like that. Now we've already got pretty much the entire front of the card done, which is super fast. Alright, and then on this card I've also used the Tasteful Labels dies. I know I've shown them to you before, but I've got to show them again. I am in love with these dies. They are so fantastic for all sorts of things, and we're going to be using this one right here. And I love the stitching on it. I think it adds just a little extra something to the card. And I've got that big thank you for all that you are stamp. My Memento black ink. Tap, 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 not smush, smush, smush. And give it a nice even press. There we go, very nice. And then on the inside, I've already gone ahead and stamped and every thoughtful thing you do. So it's thank you for all that you are and every thoughtful thing you do. I think that's great. I love it. Okay, now we're going to take the label and add some dimensionals. There we go. And you could put it down here on the corner if you want to. It would be very cute also. I'll lay those side by side there so you can see. But I liked the idea of having it in the center of the card. So I'm just going to do that again on this one. There we go. Make sure we've got it upright. And there we go. Alright friends, there you have it. I hope that you liked today's project. It's a quick and simple one. I'm all about that, and I love these dies. Aren't they incredible? Oh my goodness. They're going to make Christmas cards super, super simple and easy to do. I cannot wait. Now, some ways that you could modify the card, you could add some bling to it if you want, tie a little bow on there. You could change the colors up a little, of course. That would make a huge difference all by itself. Maybe instead of sentiment on the front, you could put over the top of the plaid, you could do the prized peony flower, maybe in shades of pink, and stamp and die cut the flower and lay it across the card this way with this as a background. I mean, the possibilities are endless. So anyway, keep an eye out for more projects using the best plaid builder dies. And until next time, my friends, thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below and stay tuned for the next one. Bye for now.